Hello, 7th graders. This week is week 3. We are learning more in depth about your energy pyramids. This is for April 13th through April 17th. So last week you were introduced to energy pyramids. A couple things about them are they're models that show the amount of energy in each trophic level. Remember, the trophic levels would be like the producers would be the bottom trophic level, and the primary consumers are the second, secondary, and tertiary, just like that. A very big thing is we know the sun is the ultimate source of energy for all living things. At some point, all energy on Earth came directly from the sun. The sun provides the producers down here at the bottom of our energy pyramid with energy directly, right? It provides the energy directly from the sun. Whereas the consumers, whether it be primary, secondary, tertiary, they get their energy indirectly from the sun. So as you start at the bottom and you go up your energy pyramid or even a food chain, the amount of energy is going to decrease because you're getting further away from the original source of energy, which was the sun. Here's another energy pyramid for you. It's again showing you how the sun gives the energy directly to the producers, and then the energy works its way up. So it takes a large number of producers to provide enough energy for the primary consumers. So you can see the base of our pyramid is much larger than the top. It takes a large number of those primary consumers right here to feed then the secondary. And then again, it's getting smaller and smaller as you go up. So last week you did a little bit of the math. Most of you understood it. Some of you are a little confused. So I just wanted to show you a little more in depth of how we know that 10% of energy is given to the next trophic level while 90% is used. So if you look, it took an energy pyramid and it put it on its side. So the producers are here, primary consumer, secondary, and tertiary. You don't have to fill this in, but I just want to show you what it looks like. So the sun, we're going to say hypothetically, gives in 1,000 units of energy. And we'll say we have a tomato plant as our producer here. So the producer will take in the 1,000 units directly from the sun, but it needs to use 90% of that energy for itself. The tomato plant needs to grow and needs to reproduce, so it's going to use 90% of the energy for itself. Then it's going to give off, let's check it out, so 90% is for itself. It's going to give off only 10% of what it got. So instead of giving 1,000 units of energy to the next trophic level, it's only going to give 100 units of energy to the next trophic level. Why? Because 10% of 1,000 is 100. Tip, you can take off 1 0. So then we have our tomato plant that is then eaten by the tomato hornworm, which again will take in the 100 units from the producer, and it will use 90% of that, which means it will then use 90% or 90 units of energy for itself to grow, to reproduce, to survive, to move. So here we have 100 is taken in, 90% of that is used for itself, leaving you with 10 units of stored energy. Why? Because we started with 1,000. 10% of 1,000 is 100. 10% of 100 is 10. If you look at the trick, you're taking off 1 0 every single time you go up in trophic level. So the next trophic level, we have our secondary consumer, which is a Carolina wren. It's a bird. So the bird will receive the 10 units of energy, but again, it needs 90% for itself, so it can fly, it can eat, it can hunt, it can reproduce, and that wren will then give off 10% of its energy to the tertiary consumer. So again, if you take off a 0 from 10%, you're left with 1. So now our tertiary consumer is a red-tailed hawk. It's only given 1 unit of energy, and it needs 90% of that for itself. So it's going to take that 1 for itself, and it's only going to give off your 0.1. It's right here for you. It's only going to give off 0.1 units of energy, which is very, very small. So what can use that 0.1 unit of energy? Things like decomposers. Decomposers, right here you have some mushrooms, you might have different fungi. The decomposers will then use that and put that energy to use. Okay, so in conclusion, I just want you to focus on that you know what an energy pyramid is, the different trophic levels, what they're called, and that as you go up the energy pyramid, only 10% of the energy is transferred. So let's take a look. So here, our energy pyramid. Again, the bottom, you have your producers, your plants, your trees, your flowers, and so forth. Then you have the next level up, which is your primary consumers. Here we have rabbits. Again, remember 90% of the energy is being used by those rabbits, right? So they can hunt, eat, survive, hop, reproduce, and so forth, as well as we remember from our last chapter, there's some energy lost in the form of thermal energy or heat. So then the primary consumers get eaten by the secondary consumers, give them energy. The secondary consumers are snakes right here, are going to use 90% of the energy they receive for themselves and give off only 10% of their energy up to the tertiary consumer right here. So again, starting at the bottom, you have the most energy. Going up, your energy decreases and only 10% of energy is given to the next trophic level. I hope this finds you well. Make sure you start studying for those quizzes. You have a quiz on Tuesday for vocabulary, and you have a quiz on Friday for content or the information in the chapter. Have a great week. Thank you.